Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture, and today I decided I want to do something that I've been talking about, like, with friends, like that, and just has been running through my mind, and I've heard, and I looked up a lot of things, trying to figure out if it's actually going to be a thing, but it's not, but I couldn't find it. Pretty much, I would like a reboot of Waterworld. The 1995 movie, like, I think it needs to be remade. I think that it's about time for a reboot. I think that we've done so many, like, the 2010s were just decades was a decade of just like remakes. Some of them are really good, some of them were flops. Most of them actually were pretty good. But I felt like one thing we completely missed, due to the fact that we have Avatar and due to the budgets are going higher, and we have Avengers, that no one decided to just go for Waterworld. No one has decided to do it. I don't understand why. Now, I want to give you some background in this video. I want to give you some background about it, and then also kind of talk about what I think would be a good idea. And I'm not any type of like professional, like, film person or anything. Like, I don't direct anything or anything, but as a viewer, I feel like I do have some validation in that direction. So let's get started. So it came out in the summer of 1995. The budget was pretty much $172 million was the budget. The original budget was $100 million, but it moved up to 172. On top of that, the expenses on top of it, due to the fact that it was on a physical set in the middle of the ocean, and the people had to, or the actors and the cast had to go in and out of on land, to go onto the set, go back on land to use the bathroom because they didn't have bathrooms on the set. Like, it was a complete shit show. On top of that, with all of that coming in, it came down to being $235 million at the end. So they definitely went over budget with all the expenses of everything. And it also became, at that time, the most expensive movie ever made. So, yeah, and and I understand, I completely understand that was it. And on top of that, people called it a flop because it wasn't really, it just lasted way too long. There were a lot of empty spaces, a lot of plots, like holes in the plots and everything. There also were some intense damages that happened to the set because of like hurricanes that were happening. And then on top of that, the director, who was Kevin Reynolds, like literally left the project halfway through because of Kevin Hart's allegedly because of Kevin Hart. Oh my god, Kevin Hart. I wish Kevin Costner's backseat directing, and on top of that. So after that, then he took over. He's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then he took over, and on top of that, when he took over, he didn't like the music score, what was made by Mark Izam, and then Mark was like, "Can I do it?" Okay, fine, I'll do it again. And he's like, "No, I'll just get somebody else." So he got somebody else. On top of that, got another director to finish the last half of it, or bit of it. So he brought in Josh Whedon, and he rewrote he had to rewrite the parts of the script within 7 weeks, and it was, from what I saw, it was a nightmare compared to what Josh has said before. This was all during the production, and on top of that, he didn't really have much creative space to do it. He had to pretty much have to just follow whatever Kevin wanted to do. Whatever Kevin Costner wanted to do, he just did it. Because there would be altercations if there was any type of a disagreement to it. So, all in total, it came out to be a $294 million million dollars, and on top, well, yeah, to 264.2 million dollars. Sorry, that was the actual total. And then So yeah, but on top of that, it's interesting. So yeah, so it went overboard. There was like a lot of complications in the middle of it, and I understand that. But at the same time, I really, really, really feel like we could do so much better with it. We can have, due to the fact that also budgets are higher now. Like Endgame got 365 million. That was or dollars was their budget, and they did a really great job. And also, the film did better overseas, so technically, it wasn't a flop money wise. Other than I guess the movie had its own flops. I personally liked it. From what I remember last time, and I know that I was pretty much a kid when I watched it, so maybe being an adult might see it differently. But I really did like it. I thought it was long, but I thought there was a reason for it. I think that what we should have is to do the same thing. I would definitely want the same thing where we go out to an island, make sure they have bathrooms this time. And well, I don't know, like, I feel like we're so advanced in technology now, we can do anything. I'm sure that wouldn't be that high of a budget now, or it would be a high of a budget, but it would be much more planned out, and maybe we have a Kevin Costner cameo and not have him completely part of it. Because if he's gonna want to put his own little spin onto it, where that's gonna piss off a lot of people, then probably don't want to have him in it so often. But there's a shit ton of other amazing actors that could really take on that strong and rugged kind of direction. Like Chris Pine could do, Chris Pine could do it. Chris Pratt can do it. Thor, honestly, all the Chris's can do it. They have that rugged kind of feel to it. They can completely do it, and I think they should definitely be the person that does it. Bring back the other ones, so like Jack Black can definitely be in it. He's been doing stuff anyway, so you can definitely go back into it. Janine Triplehorn definitely could come back. She can be a cameo or something like that. But like, I think it's definitely meant to have something. Definitely meant to come back. I know that there's been rumors that Sci-Fi wants to do their own little spin to it and release their sci-fi version of like Waterworld, and it's gonna be lower budget. It's gonna be like just campy and everything. I don't want that. I do not want that. It does not deserve that low of a budget, especially when there has been a potential of being a higher budget due to the fact that we have Endgame and Avengers and like that. We can do this, and I really believe it. So literally, this video there's no complete direct point other than I wanted to put this out there, so hopefully maybe like the universe will kind of like bring it in, and maybe this will add conversation to it. I don't really know, but I really, 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 really want it to happen so bad, and I can see so much great potential with it if we get the right director. Hell, have Josh Whedon come back and actually do it in his vision of it, completely his vision. I would think it would. He did Avengers, or have the Coen brothers, not Coen brothers. Was it the Coen brothers? Who was the people that are part of the Avengers? They were brothers for like a second. Anyway, bring the Avenger people into it and kind of make it that type of thing. Don't make it very Avengers, but do it almost direct to it. But I think it would make so much sense. Anyway, I made this video way longer than I was expecting it to be, but this is just how passionate I am about this show, or this movie. I really believe it could be a thing. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. If you think that it also has it's a right time to do so. Also, James Cameron, if he wants to do it. I understand that he's very busy with Avatar, but no one was asking for multiple Avatars. Maybe a sequel, but that was it, not multiple ones. But anyway. But yeah, so leave a comment, tell me what you think. What's your opinion on this? Do you think it should happen? Do you think it shouldn't happen? If not, why? So, that's it. I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.